Hey everyone, this is Tracy with Color Me This. Today is the daily color in Small Victories. We are doing the last two images on the cute little animal page. Today is the Prismacolor, and I did something a little different with them. I've used them a few times now, gone through the rotation, and so I thought it would be fun because it is a 150 set. And the previous sets all done up above are 50 to 72. So I went ahead and chose pencils that have not been sharpened. I left one not sharpened so you can see what I was looking for were colors, somewhat in my color family of choice. So this is my yellow, and it's the last one. I try to pre-sharpen so we don't take an inordinate amount of time while I am coloring. Oh, and that one is actually two of the pencils. So these have been floating around, this set. I do have two sets. I have a backup set. This one actually broke off. I use my jar link. So that's what it looks like. It was broken off and I resharpened it a bit. And I had a few, maybe 3 of them that I picked. I will tell you that the greens, I had to pick 2 greens that were already sharpened because I've used most of the greens. The browns, I had to go into the French grays because I haven't used the French grays. So my Possum will be French gray-ish. And the only use for this lovely light creamy yellow is maybe I will use it on these mushrooms don't have a base, but they do have the little spots. I had already said, because I kind of try to think ahead and do some cohesiveness on the page, and the second row was the metallic and the frog had no color. So this was yellow. It is called Sand and it is number 940. So that's all I'm going to use of that color, in fact. So I had a sky. If we go up to the frog, he was so monochromatic that I added the colorful berries and then did kind of a blue sky. So I have chosen 2 blues that they don't necessarily match that because, again, I added the complication of trying to come up with pencils I have not used yet in the Prismas to kind of limit my color choices. So we're going to get an interesting result, I think, today. In the reds and burgundies, this was the only one that I found that had not been used. I will tell you the color here in a moment. I always seem to have my light source coming from over here in the upper right. So I'm also going to have my light source be on the left. The color is Black Raspberry PC 1095. I'm coming in to do, because I'm only using one, these are very creamy, almost a tacky, sticky feeling. They're already messy. They are not my favorites to use. Partially it's because my skill with them is not there. Because I rotate through all of my pencils, and these are, as everybody says, a very unique feel. I think I want to go ahead. Yesterday I colored both sides, kind of ping-ponged back and forth, and I'll do that today. So I thought maybe I could make the outer wing of this owl be this dark color. All right, so that one had not been used. Sand had not been used. I do have one brown. Light umber was the only one that had not been used. I've not sharpened it all that much. All right, so brown umber 941. While I'm over here on the owl. I'm going to mix this with a bit of a beigey color. Oh, I've got a squirrel. Oh, I will have a video at the very end of what greeted me this morning when I came out to my craft room. It was very fun, and that's all I'm going to say about that. So be sure to stick around to the end for a little bonus footage. It is only like 1 minute. Okay, so that is, what do I call that? Burnt umber. And then the beige, that is another that I had not used. Peach beige. I have swatched these, but haven't actually colored with I think only a couple of the greens, like I said. I couldn't find enough greens to fulfill my color palette. These again are very sticky, buttery, and they are highly smushable. I do have other smushable type pencils, but not ones that smush quite as much as these. And I believe I've said before that the 1986 barrel Prismacolors that I have, that the whole reason for collecting them is I found 2 of them. The only 2 colored pencils I ever bought from back in the day were from 1986. Bought them for a design, or no, for a project, a little side gig thing I did for somebody, and that was their colors that they wanted. So I bought some barrels from eBay. I think I have 51 of them. And they're even creamier than these, if you can believe that. Okay, so I don't have a lighter. I'm looking at the reds. I wouldn't mind a lighter red. This one does not look used hardly at all. It is called henna. I'm showing you it upside down, aren't I? Henna looks like a good match, 1031. I would like to fill in this tooth, and I love my mushrooms to be on the redder side. I think it was black raspberry was the first color, the darker one, that I had not actually used on a page. If you find that you go to the same colors over and over again, I think you should challenge yourself and just pick ones that have, look at the sharpening and find ones you have never used, just to get to know your full set. Okay, so we had the black raspberry, that was the henna, and I could, maybe I'll use this. This is the raw light umber as my third lighter tone here on this side. Yeah, these are quite messy. For such a small space, they're kind of hard to keep clean and nice looking. There you go. Okay, now for the next colors that I've never used. I'm going to go ahead and go for it. Let's start over here. And I'm hopefully not going to mess with the focus by... This is my blue. It is Mediterranean blue. I had 2 of them that I had not used. And again, the reason why I'm doing a background in this one is row 2, frog and squirrel have their background done. So this is just to make the page balanced. somewhat. These kind of feel like coloring with a color crayon. Very soft color crayons. It is getting dark now. I'm a little bit late coloring today. And it was 40, might have been 38 degrees this morning. Very, very cold for here. I actually set the heat quite a bit lower than I've had. This is our third winter. And I think normally in the winter I have my waking up temperature 68. And I decided to go lower. I wanted to feel the cool. So now I'm waking up and it's 64 is what it's heated to. My mom, who's only been here, this is her second month, she wants it warmer. She has hers set to 67. She goes, I want to wake up. I don't want to be cold. So she wants to set hers to 70. Okay, so there's the owl. What have we got? I'm looking out. Oh, we have a deer. I haven't seen deer in a while. I think that they stay in the trees for warmth. And this deer is just trucking along on the other side of the fence. I suspect they're not usually solitary. So they've probably got friends out in the trees coming along with them. And just fading the color away. Now we're going to move over to the possum. And now that's very interesting. 1, 2, 3. We have 3 front feet. And I know that these are not AI generated. That's all I'm going to do for the blue for now. I see I did the owl much darker, so actually I am going to darken up close to the possum. All right, moving on. I am going to grab that burnt or light umber. I keep looking at this name, 941. And we're gonna do some branchy bits on both images. Nope, and you couldn't even see that. Okay. Owl branch. So I already went ahead and added the sand to the owl to give him a different color than just the branches color. I'm going to go ahead and make those bottom tips. Hey, and I see another good call for that yellow. Oh, peach beige. And I actually want his eyes to be this peach beige. And his chest. And the top part of his tail. Then those leaves will be green. Let's grab sand for his feet. I have a blue green, an olive green, a middle green, and a lime green. I'm just grabbing this spring green color. And we've got 3 different types of leaves. So I think I will make this tree be the spring green as well as on his body. I might go on, I have one darker green that I can put as the shadow. So he's going to be pretty bright on this page compared to the muted tones of the other sets. Over here on the possum side, I'm going to make these. These appear to be the same shape. And there's my brights. The berries, I will see. Let's see if I've got any other reddish orange that I have not used. All of my reds are used. Every last one. I have one orange. It's not my favorite color, but it gets to be sharpened. So I would like to work towards having all of these been used for real. So this color is Cadmium Orange Hue 118. I'm going to come back in now. Getting a lot of my pencils used. I'm going to come back with the peach. This Peach Beige 1085. Kind of smush those together because my light source is off to the left. Sorry about being off the page there. I get focused. Okay, back to some greens. Here is the olive green. I believe that is, yep, it is olive green 911. I think I hear Hub stirring. So I might mute you guys if I hear him come out. Let's come over to this owl. I can't believe this is like, I feel like I'm doing giant leaves since everything on this page has been so small. Okay, I have a middle tone. I said that I was going to give these bright leaves a little shadow. Oh, I'm going to pause. All right, Hub is settled. We're close to finished here. Just some, I got to do the possum body and a couple more leaves. Okay, let's do these little owl's leaves. All right. I do have this. This is the middle green, Kelly green. Should also be quite bright, I am thinking. No, not too bright. I have a bird out here. It is dark and the bird is chirping. You guys might even be able to hear that. So Hub bought parts and pieces to make us a bird bath. That you don't want stagnant water, of course, in Florida, so it has a little percolator. We'll see if the birds ever figure out how to go in it. It's going to go very close to the bird feeder, but he also was working on the bird feeder a bit. So it is down. And it was funny to watch the birds come through today. And they were determined to find leftovers, though. They were determined. Just because there was no bird feeder there didn't stop them from picking for remnants. I just think that extra little hand there is funny. There are so many different shades of green. It's just amazing. I'm really glad I picked that. I have loved green as long as I can remember. I was always an outdoorsy nature girl. Okay, I have a bluey green. This one is, I can't believe I haven't used this yet, Parrot Green 1006. That's like turquoise, isn't it? This is why it's fun to use your colors, not necessarily your favorites, but all of them. Okay, let's see where that parrot green can go on this guy. And maybe I will give him 2 different blue-green leaves. Okay, so now I do have, I told you I had Payne's Gray for the possum color, and I do have one last set of leaves there. Actually, 2 of these spiky ones could be olive again. So his little face is going to be, did I say Payne's Gray? I meant French Gray. French Gray 30%. We have the cutest little possum. We call her Grandma Possum because she looks pretty rickety. She actually does have a baby. It seemed only to be one baby. It was riding on her. It looked so strange when we saw her. And my friend Libby was here and we had to like double, triple, quadruple check that she really had a baby. We're like, what is that on her? Does she have a growth? Nope, it was a baby possum. I will have to show my husband this. Show him that even artists make extra legs, maybe on accident, maybe on purpose, who knows. Okay, so this is the lighter color. So we're going to kind of fade away to this left side. And then I have the darker, different darker gray. I see some leaves that need some cleanup. This is 70% French gray. All right, I want to grab this Kelly green. I don't have a lighter, I have this, which is muted turquoise. I didn't actually use it, but I don't know if it's going to appear as a lighter version of that parrot green that looks turquoisey. I think that will work. This is actually supposed to be originally for like a lighter blue out here, and I just went ahead and colored the blue, Mediterranean blue it was. So this one I've also not used. And I'm gonna grab the dark green just to clean some of this up. I think I'm going to peek through my greens and see if I have. I thought I had one light green. Here it is. It has not been sharpened. It might be too light. So here is what it looks like. It is, if I turn it around, pale sage. So let's just see if I sharpen it up. Let us see if I can use it here and there. That is working. Well, that was really fun. I'm like, I need to do something different with these Prismacolors. It will take me forever to pick out perfectly matching tones to the other images. So this was kind of a fun little challenge. I encourage you to try it yourself. Oh, this is going to be really good on these. All right, we are done a little bit early, and that is okay. Again, I will pop in a special video at the end. It is not related to coloring at all. It's just really cute, so don't miss it. Do all the YouTube things, like, share, comment. Consider subscribing. Tomorrow I will either be taking a day off, or we will start the special edition of the daily color, and we're going to pop on over to Magical Worlds. Last I checked yesterday, we had Pablo's in the lead for the 3 sets of pencils. So stay tuned for that, either tomorrow or the next day. I hope to see you all there. Here is what the possum looks like, and there is what our owl looks like. Hope to see you all at the next one. All right, I just had to capture this. Today, our flock of 14 turkeys has decided to grace me with their presence. I'm going to be wandering back here. There's some through my door, and there's some on the other side of the fence. And then there's these guys right here. You can see they are very acclimatized to people. Hello, buddies. It's all right. So, this is some of the awesome nature that we get here living on the nature trail. But these guys go, I see them 2 miles away over on the other side of the park. We're 2,800 acres altogether. And then I'm on the west side of the park. That fence line is our property line for the whole community.